Hi Kushal.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Kushagra Vyas, and I'm gonna enlighten you about the topic online gaming threats. So, before diving in straight into the topic, I would like to tell you all about myself. So, I'm Kushagra Vyas. I just actually graduated. Sorry, I just actually completed my 12th, and I'm an intern at Swati.com. I am a cybersecurity enthusiast thanks to my mom. I'm also a budding gamer, and I also worked with Navjoti Foundation in educating the underprivileged ones to educate them regarding the skill set of leadership and teamwork. And also, right now, I'm writing a novel under the genre of mystery and thriller. So, I'm new to the cyber security sector, but I'm quite fascinated about it. And that's all about myself on the plate. So now let's get into the topic.
So I just request you whenever you like, there is some emoji button here. Just encourage Kushagra so he can don't be nervous. Don't nervous Kushagra. This is our small community. Just talk whatever you prepare. You like to share your screen or okay.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
take your time.
So do you like this session today? If you just give us a comment in your chat, we would love to take all the comments. And if you need to learn any other topic, just let us know so we can arrange something for next time.
Hey, here you go, Kusagra. Good job.
Yeah, good job. Oh, yes,
Yes.
good luck.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So we'll start with what is online gaming. So online gaming is basically a virtual platform created entirely different from what the physical world is out there. And in this particular platform is basically not just created for entertainment purposes, but it is actually a budding platform where the people are growing and growing at a very faster rate compared to the previous years where the online gaming platform was not much in the boom, and right now it is thanks to the pandemic that this sector in India has grown so much. And this sector is basically a place where a person who is not quite open in the physical world can open itself in the virtual world. And the online gaming sector is a place where you can put down your skill set into the specific games, and then create something of your own which is quite unique and not available in the market. The online gaming sector has also created many startups which are specifically inclined towards the gaming sector, be it making games or providing security to these games or providing security to the server of the games. So the even despite the gaming sector is at its core, it is driven by software, and there are big companies securing the data. Still, the gaming sector is not completely immune to the cybersecurity threats. So let's go on. What are the cybersecurity threats, or specifically online gaming threats? So the very basic one is computer virus. Say let's take an example. If there is a team of online gaming where they all are connected to one Wi-Fi, and someone in that particular team has a virus in his or her particular device. So there is a chance that that particular virus can spread through the Wi-Fi to the other three users as well. Now, when that happens, the data which you have will be leaked to the sources and the hackers. So that's actually a threat to your personal data, and that is to be looked for. If we move forward, there is more in the threats to online gaming, which comes as phishing and fake IDs, and a thing which is that's actually a thing which is quite common these days. This is this is a thing which is quite common these days, where people make fake IDs and chat with other individuals and take out their personal data and leak it to the other third-party sources. And more generally, the younger ones who are under the age of 16 are attacked through this fake ID sources, and they actually are the victims. They also become the victims of the cyberbullying, and that's basically the next threat. That is cyberbullying and lack of knowledge while gaming. So lack of knowledge at any particular sector is basically harmful, and in specifically gaming, it is hazardous. So cyberbullying is happens in the physical world, in the virtual world as well. In virtual world, it can go up to a very dangerous extent as well, where the person who is getting bullied can also take some decisions which can end his or her life, and that's actually a very big threat. And the lack of knowledge while playing the game can also end up losing your own data, which is essential to you. So that is basically a threat to be looked for. If we move forward, there is a case study. So few months back, there was a news that a 13-year-old committed suicide after losing 40,000 rupees in online gaming. So what happened here was the person, he was basically underage, and he used his parents' hard-earned money to buy some weapons, camos, and all the other goodies which are actually in the game. And due to his lack of knowledge, he invested this money expecting that he will get something in return back. But there is actually nothing to which you get back. There's actually just the entertainment which the game provides to you. And if you're not specifically into the gaming business, then there is nothing that you can get from these playing these particular games. So this particular guy invested 40,000 rupees in the game and got nothing back. And after he was discovered by his parents that this thing is done by this particular guy, he had no option but to commit suicide. And that's actually the lack of knowledge. And this is a quite a concern thing, that in the newspaper as well, the news and the all the other reporters actually criticize the game rather than educating the people that if you play the game, it's not basically the fault of the game or the gamers who are in the game. It's basically the lack of knowledge which the person is having while he's playing the game. So rather than writing cliche about the gaming company or about the person who is playing the game, they should actually uh, put forward the knowledge that how the game should be played, what are the specific rules, and the children who are under the age of 16, they should actually play the games under the guidance of their parents, under the knowledge of their parents, that yeah, my child is playing this particular kind of game, and yeah, he requires money to get entertained in that particular field. So this was a case study in this particular gaming sector. So how to tackle the this kind of threat is using the best way is to use a VPN, which can actually erase all the issues which come in between you and the game, that are the hackers and all the viruses and the trojans available in the market. And I think VPN is the best method. Even if you're downloading the games from Chrome or any other browser, antivirus is a must to have in your different hardware devices. Using personal data over the open area network is quite a phenomenal thing to do, because if you are at a railway station and if you are downloading or playing or doing a transaction in the game, then there is a chance that a hacker might hack into your device using that particular open area network and see all your transaction details or your important data, and that can be leaked to all the third party sources and you can get into trouble. If we go further, we have few slides to just tell you that all the mails that you get in your day are not actually meant to be opened. So that is a point to be noted. If we go further, then if you download anything, any kind of game or any kind of third party file from the browser, then that file is to be uh, verified and its authenticity is to be checked. The security is basically the most preferred thing to do is to check that the file is actually authorized or not. If we move forward, this slide is basically the best one for the people who are in the gaming industry, that at each and every point while you are playing the game or doing any transaction in the game, it's basically most important thing is that you back up your data on the cloud. If you don't do that and in any particular circumstance you lose the game, you delete the game or whatever happens, then there is a chance that the data which you have stored, all your financial details, all the data in the account of your particular game can be held loose, and and that can be an open gate for all the hackers out there. So it's basically uh, that you should back up your data each and every time you open the game or log in into your account. Then it's basically the last but not the least thing is that you should have a very secure password. Because if you are in a virtual sector apart from the physical world, then that virtual area has to be the most secured one, because that has all your details on it, the data, your transaction details in the game, or any vital information of yours. So if you don't have a very strong password, then it might happen that you lose your data at any given point. So that's all from my side. Thank you all, and thank you, Rainbow, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Nehal and Shashi ma'am, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Kushagra. This is very nice presentation, and we are actually very glad you come up this topic, because nowadays everyone needs to learn, because every home have their kids, they are playing this digital games, and we are always worried about our security a lot. So thank you for coming up this topic. And uh, in audience, do you have any questions? Just please put in the chat for Kushagra if you want to know something further.
Yeah, Kusagra, great job, explaining such a relevant topic of every home. That hey, especially when a parent with a technology background, they see the kid playing, they're always worried that will he download something or will he set something online. So responsible gaming is the way to go. I think where a person playing games, and what he is doing actually while doing that, that's very important. you know People get immersed so much into the gaming, and they are so much worried about their gaming avatar, that they tend to share their sensitive details over the platform. They tend to even engage into buying the tokens or things like that through the gaming platform. And now if that gaming platform or that approach has been not at least thoroughly validated or tested, then what happens is you are opening up a vulnerability hole over there, that your parents may not know, and just one day, as you mentioned in that one of the news, right, the person you know lost that much money. So
Yes.
it's about also responsibility on the gaming developers, that when they build a platform, there has to be a such a safeguard or security by design, not only for the sake of protecting their servers, but also protecting your core user base, right? This is coming under one of the responsible, it's called ethical designing, where you warn before your player goes about the threshold, or you have to have certain filtering mechanism in the session chats that the gamers do, so that the privacy and other things get protected for the gamers. So I think you've got a very relevant topic, and anybody who is listening to this conversation, if they have more questions, we will forward to you. And also we encourage all the technology professionals to have more and more games developed, so that kids can take out the stress out of their regular lives, but not make game their life. But yeah,
Yes,
another thing
and make
being
sure you can put some clause where you can limit the
how
access
much,
of that game,
yeah, how
because
much.
currently all parents are so pissed off their kids are playing whole day, so it's like
So it's like there has to be barriers from the time, barriers from the spending, and the monitoring of the chat that goes on this platform, so that it does not influence your audience in a bad way. Because if your audience get influenced in a bad way, then the guardians or people around them may not like them, or may just ask them not to do it. So while gaming is creative, gaming it invokes your thoughts, invokes your passion, make you more interactive and digitally social. But at the same time, you have to think from the social aspect of it, security aspect of it, data privacy aspect of it. So
Yes.
thank you very much, Kusagra, again to come and talk about this topic. So future gamers may listen to this conversation, and they may get inspired, and they may remember you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
you're welcome.
Nihal, now I think yeah.
We have one question, Dhaval.
Mhm.
Someone asking us like, do you provide any internship?
Okay, so I think we can work out that let have the send us your profile, your proposal, and we can work out to, because we are already working on a program for the student and research community to present the research work, to help them develop that innovation into an idea and formal application. So please document what your thoughts are, and send to us, and we will evaluate and get back to you.
So further wait, not to give more talk. Just let uh, just let's meet on a launch and do some networking and chat with each other. And thank you for joining today's session. Tomorrow we will start on the same time, 11 a.m. on EST and 8:30 and IST. So please join our session. And tomorrow, Dr. Abhilasha Vyas is presenting his knowledge about cloud security challenges and how to choose her career path or story of their career journey.
Yeah, I think let's now, yeah, do a table talk and speed networking. So
And can you tell me, Sachi ma'am, other than Abhilasha ma'am, who is joining us?
uh,
We have a student talk from Vanshika ma'am tomorrow,
Okay.
and the Dr. Abhilasha, I guess Dr. Usha is going to be there.
And also we have one bug bounty session
We have
for
Parth from
about,
Master as a
yes.
yeah,
speaker tomorrow for
yeah,
Bug Bounty. Yeah.
yes, yes. It will be a live session, and it's gonna be very exciting session from Mr. Parsa. So he's gonna present, his thoughts, knowledge, and he's gonna do a live demo. So it's gonna be very exciting, and please join us tomorrow, and let's continue our talk. in speed networking or a table talk.
Thank you for joining.